Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, by now you should already know my hatred for flock cameras. If you somehow are coming across this video and haven't seen the two other videos I've done about flock cameras and how terrible they are already and how they're constantly being abused, by all means please go check those out. But this relates to them even more so. Now currently, right now that I know of, I mean we won't know until it gets leaked somewhere in some way, form, or fashion, but as of right now this has not made its way to flock cameras. But flock cameras could be working on their own version of this, but this is now a new company that has, well, newer. It's another tech company that has decided that they want to get in the game of spying on you and trampling all over your rights. So what we're doing right here is we're looking at the Drive here. It's a automotive-based kind of like publication that shares news and cars and stuff, all that stuff. But here we go. Look right at the title here. License plate cameras will soon track phones, wearables, infotainment, and even your pets. All right. It's a new kind of license plate camera. It'll scrape the smart devices you take with you and wrap all that in a nice little bow for law enforcement and the government. So essentially what this is saying is that not only will they spy on your car and take pictures of you and facial recognition, even though they claim they don't like flock camera does, they're also going to pick up on all the signals of all the stuff you take with you. So in my previous video about the flock cameras and how I got a license plate cover that would obscure my license plate from the camera itself, because in my second video I talked about the gray man strategy. Gray man strategy is where you do everything you can to not stand out whatsoever. So by me getting that license plate cover and my car being one of the two main colors that were the most popular for years and years and years, and it was just a four-door sedan with no other identifiable features on it like bumper stickers or crazy window tint or anything like that, by having my license plate obscured, if all the other cars of similar ilk had their license plate obscured, we would not be able to be tracked by these cameras. That was the whole idea behind what I was trying to tell you with how the cameras are bad and what you can try and do to avoid them. Well, here we go. We got another company full of tech douches that decide that they're going to just do everything they can to capitalize on stealing your data, spying on you, and selling it off to the highest bidder, be that data brokers, be that third-party companies, be that the law enforcement and whatever government agency that wants to sidestep their Fourth Amendment rights to just build up a profile on you and monitor where you go from here on out. You have a right to freely travel, and you do not have to get permission from anybody else to be able to do so. It is enshrined in the Constitution, okay? You are also not to be spied on and monitored without a warrant signed for very specific reasoning of the time, the place, what is being looked for, and what area is being fully inspected. Like if they say, I want to inspect a living room of a house, and they leave off like the bathroom, they cannot legally go search a bathroom of somebody per that warrant, okay? The warrant has to be all encompassing of what needs to be searched. These tech companies are going past that to fuck us over, okay? So here is what the deal is with this. So a company called Leonardo, and they came up with this 2 years ago. They are doing this thing called SignalTrace. And what SignalTrace is, it is a way that is going to put like over-the-air frequency monitoring systems inside of license plate cameras. Okay, so as you drive by the license plate camera, it'll take a picture of your car. It'll take a picture of your license plate. It'll take pictures of who is ever in the car if they can see it, what's in the bed and all that stuff. They'll just take pictures and pictures and pictures of all of this. And on top of that, they're now going to be able to read the over-air signals of what you have in your car. So if you drive a newer car, which stop buying new cars. Stop. You don't need any of this technology. It is terrible. You don't need it. Stop buying new cars. Buy older cars. But all new cars from like 2022 on or whatever, anything that has like a wireless hotspot, and even something as old as my 2011 Cruise with the OnStar, which I'm going to pull that module out. All these cars have unique identifiers. Because of everything so computer controlled, they have their own signature that it emits through the air, especially if you have a TCU, which is a telematics control unit, which monitors all the driving and everything you do in your car, acceleration, braking, turning, G-forces, all this stuff. Have your telemetry going down the road. It monitors all this, and that is broadcast back with a cell phone signal, a wireless signal, which is weird because in order to use your phone, you have to actually pay someone for the ability to connect to wireless. But when it comes to your car selling off the data about you, you don't have to pay for that. Imagine that. But what they're doing is like your car has a unique identifier. So as you drive by and get your pictures taken, all that signal that's being thrown on the air will be picked up by these sensors, and it will be not collaborated, whatever it is, consolidated into one file on you. So you'll have your car pictures, the pictures of everything in it, the pictures of your license plate, the actual data on the car itself. And on top of that, it's like, oh, well, you can't, if you go to court and say, well, you can't prove that I was in the car at this given time when X, whatever you're accusing me of, took place. Well, then this company can say, oh, well, guess what? Your smartphone that is you, it's an iPhone 13, whatever, bloody with this and in this car. And then also too, you have an Apple Watch or something, smartwatch that also emits a signal that is tied to your biometrics because you're an idiot and have this technology on you all the time that just broadcasts everything about you out into the open. Well, we have that, and then we also have that your work computer that you take to and from work with you, your Lenovo, whatever it is, laptop, with this serial number being broadcast across it. We know that's in your car with you when you're traveling at the same time. So yes, we do in fact know that you were in the car. And also too, we go by this area all the time with these certain things in your car, and we establish a pattern of life. And oh yeah, occasionally you hang out with a friend every Saturday when you guys go off to go mountain biking or something, while you wear your Apple Watch and he wears his Garmin whatever bullshit watch, and they pick that up. So now we have a pattern of life between you two. So we know that you guys are friends. So for whatever reason, we need to accuse you of a crime, and you're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to bring in this person as a witness to say, no, I was with them as an alibi. We'll say, oh, no, you can't do that with this person because we know that this person is going to try and help you out because we know you're friends. So no, you can't actually do that because we have documentation showing that you guys hang out far too much for our liking for you to be able to use them as an alibi. So all of this information, everything you have now, everything that emits some sort of wireless signal is going to be picked up and grouped together with the images and everything taken by these fucking cameras. Okay? Here's a list of the things that can be picked up from this SignalTrace thing from this Leonardo company. So RFID tags, you get your key cards to get in and out of your work business or wherever it is. Asset tags, like those air tags to make sure you don't lose your suitcase, wherever they'll pick those up. Pallet transmitters, I guess if pallet theft is a big thing on cars, like I'm sure they probably have them like when they're shipping like tools, pallets of tools, maybe. So that'll be picked up. Microchips in your pets. Remember when that dystopian Super Bowl ad, which I played in my other video, I'm not going to play right now, but where they said, hey, don't worry, Ring will be able to scan the area to try and find your lost pets. Well, guess what? If you're responsible and you get your pet microchip to make sure if your pet goes missing, we can scan it and get your pet back to you. Well, now these fucking companies are going to use them to be able to monitor you and where you're going because you decided to take your dog for a ride or your dog need to go to the vet. Okay? Now you're going to have your phones, your wearables, like I said, your watches, fitness trackers, your Bluetooth fucking headphones. It will be able to pick up your TPMS sensors here in your cars. Any sort of like security system in the car, your infotainment system, because every car now comes with either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, all that bullshit that you don't need. Buy physical media, buy your own CDs, get rid of that shit in your car, okay? You don't need that shit. It'll pick up the vehicle hotspots because a lot of cars now are rolling hotspots where you can say, oh, I want to connect to the internet because the Internet of Things, that bullshit they pushed on everybody. They'll be able to read your personal hotspot identifier, which I don't even know if you can put a VPN on the car, probably not. They'll pick up any tablets or other things you have in the car and laptops, like I was saying. So all this stuff right here, all of this is going to be uniquely identifiable to you that it will use to grab everything about you in the car and where you're traveling and create a pattern of life on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so all the information can be sold off to data brokers to make money off of your information, to try and push ads on you, or to law enforcement or government agencies to track you and monitor you without a warrant and violate your Fourth Amendment rights. Okay? So this goes beyond just, oh, if you're out in public, you have no expectation of privacy. First of all, you do. You have a little bit of expectation of privacy. You are not expected to be surveilled and monitored every portion of your life. Like I said earlier, you can't just happen to end up in like someone's picture or video that they're recording as they go about their life, you can't expect that not to happen. But you can expect to not be surveilled and monitored and tracked nonstop everywhere you go. So what we have here are these people that are monitoring and tracking you and everywhere you're going to go, and they're going to sell your information off. They're going to hand it up in a nice little bowed-up package to the government, to the police, to violate your Fourth Amendment, because they use this as a plausible deniability and to get out of culpability of following due process and taking care of honoring your rights that are enshrined in the fucking Constitution. Okay? This is not a good thing. Now, this company, like I said earlier, is Leonardo and it's SignalTrace. Now, let's go over to Leonardo's website here. So, SignalTrace, right here, just this fucking line here, investigative evidence beyond plate reads. Why? What needs to be investigated for us to live our fucking lives? Nothing. This is dystopian hell. This is dystopia, dude. We should not be happy with this. Okay? Here's what it will do. It identifies the movements of electronic devices, individual vehicles. It stores the data on a SignalTrace server where it can be queried and analyzed to aid in investigation. So that data is being stored off somewhere in the cloud. And this shit is anything like flock cameras. We know that anybody can go online anywhere, get readily available login information that has been leaked, and monitor and track and spy on anybody they fucking wish. Because there's no semblance of cybersecurity on these security and for your safety fucking companies and features. So all this stuff is being stored there for how long? Oh, we don't know. It can be for however long it is. As long as we want it to be. We'll tell you it's going to be for a certain amount of time, but we're not going to honor that just like every other company does. Okay? They all say one thing and they do the exact opposite. Now, we have respect for individual privacy rights and does not decrypt or read content from these devices. Bullshit. If you had any respect for individuals' privacy rights, you wouldn't even created this horse shit. And we're supposed to take you on your word that, we're not going to decrypt or read any of your content from your devices? Bullshit. Why? Guess what? Okay, let's go over to England now. England just signed into a law that's starting, I believe it's July 1st or something like that, that all of phones sold in England, including, and they're going after Apple and Google and all this stuff, Samsung, so Apple and Android things, all phones sold in the United Kingdom, they have to be, you have to prove that you are at least 16 years of age to do social media. Okay, all social media except for Blue Sky, which conveniently Blue Sky is where all those child groomers and those pedos hang out. But of course, you still have access to that. That's the one you have. You don't have access to Instagram or Twitter or X, whatever it's called, or anything else like that. But you can access Blue Sky. Okay. But you have to prove that you're at least 16 to be able to access that stuff. Okay, well, how are you going to prove you're 16? Oh, to go with your digital ID. Oh, but guess what, too? We also need to make sure that you're not sending messages and stuff that are inappropriate, sexual-wise, whatever, or inappropriate pictures to anyone under the age of 16 in the country. So guess what the government needs to do for you before you can send any communication? Oh, yeah, the government has to now monitor and read all your texts and listen in on all your phone calls before we allow any of that information to go to the party you want to send it into. So you're going to tell me that that law that was just written and is going to into effect in England here very shortly somehow is going to not be turned into with this company, with this SignalTrace bullshit? They're not going to decrypt all the information and stuff as you drive by down the road? You're going to try to tell me that they have a law that says they're going to read all your messages and all that shit in real time, but somehow this company is going to respect the rights and not let that happen? Bullshit. Allows law enforcement to recognize specific vehicles, including an electronic signature without the license plate number. Law enforcement doesn't need to recognize shit. If no crime is committed, nothing needs to be recognized at all, and it shouldn't even be out there to be recognized. It reveals signatures frequently traveling together with an individual vehicle, which can lead to discovery of convoys and other movement and travel patterns, creating a pattern of life on you, any device on you, any other people together with you, and it will build a web of you, your activities, all your contacts, and all of their activities, and it will just go until everyone is under 100% surveillance under the thumb of the government. SignalTrace is effective in off-road areas such as subways and malls. Because, God forbid, should you just try and go and walk anywhere else? No. Much like the flock camera with their wing system, to where they can integrate and watch live feeds of any existing security camera. This company here will also put these readers in any other place that they want to then collate that information with all the stuff like the flock wing and all the other things. It isn't just applying to roads. Go figure. But remember, license plate readers are just for reading license plates. Performs with or without license plate readers at every collection site, allowing for wider coverage area while keeping deployment costs down. Fuck the costs. Fuck all of that. Stop trampling everybody's rights. Stop it. Here, how it works. As the device emits signals, SignalTrace sites capture them and correlates them together, along with license plate reader data. If present, the data collected shows that what groups of devices are traveling together as part of investigations. Algorithms can determine which specific mixes of devices are predictably moving together. So, instead of detectives detecting shit, you have computers that are now telling you, oh, this is what we think is happening. We're analyzing this, and so this is what it is. Don't worry about doing your job on your own. Here, listen to us, like we say. Because as we've seen before, it's not like any of these computer facial recognition and all these other things have wrongfully identified people and caused people to be wrongfully arrested in the past. That's never happened. Multiple fucking times. The specific mix of devices linked by common timestamps and locations are described as electronic fingerprint and can aid in identification of suspects or witnesses. Don't worry, they will never use it for witnesses unless the witness is beneficial in some way to the powers that be that are abusing this system. Okay? For example, while 70 cars and 100 may obtain iPhones, only one will have an iPhone 13 Revision 2, an Audi radio, and a pair of Bose headphones, a Garmin sports watch, a key finder, and the license plate ABC1234. The collection of data represented by those specific things is an electronic signature. As I was saying, this completely defeats the gray man strategy. So the only thing that you can do to absolutely avoid all this shit is stop playing the game. Go back to being analog. Get rid of your bullshit smart devices. Get a brick phone. You don't need these smart things. Get a dumb phone or leave your phone at home. Get rid of your smartwatches. Get rid of all your fitness trackers. Get rid of your Bluetooth headphones. Go back to just having wired headphones if you need to listen to something. Don't buy cars that have built-in infotainment systems. Buy CDs. Buy cassettes. Sing to yourself. It doesn't matter. Stop buying new cars that have TCUs. BCMs, all this shit. Stop buying it. Buy older cars that don't have any of this stuff. Stop buying stuff that has identifiable markers so you can't be tracked. Go back to living an analog lifestyle. That is the only way to defeat this. And trust me now, when I say this, when I say go back to living analog, when we all, if you people are smart enough to do this, when enough people start doing this, they're going to try to say, oh, we're not going to allow you to have older vehicles on the road anymore because blah, 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 for your safety, blah, 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 of course. So what needs to happen then is we all say, fuck you. And we push back and we keep doing whatever because there's always going to be more of us than there is of them, okay? This shit needs to stop. So the only way it stops is if we stop playing their game. If we start getting rid of sort of things that do not agree with us in our lives. So that means telling your representatives that this is what they're going to do or they will lose their job. And be forewarned, your representatives do not represent you, so you better be prepared to vote them out. Okay? Vote them out for someone with actual integrity. But when it gets to that, we need to incentivize people with integrity to run for office and not only appeal to the people that want power and money. That is a bad thing, okay? I'm not condoning this in this video, obviously, but there are the Blade Runners in England. That has started to, sentiment has started to come over here to the States, which I applaud. I don't condone, but I applaud, okay? That is people fighting back against this tyranny, and it's just going to keep getting worse until we continuously fight back. It has to be fought legally, and if it keeps being pushed, it's going to have to be fought other certain ways, okay? Our Constitution protects us. The founding fathers of this country would be rolling over in their graves if they had any idea of what this technocratic dystopian bullshit this world has turned into. They would have launched another rebellion however long ago. So we need to start pushing back against this, fight this shit, don't allow any of this stuff to exist at all, and we can win. It's just going to take everyone getting their heads out of their asses and starting to push back. And for all these people, they're going to say, oh, I have nothing to hide, so I don't care. Fuck you. Okay? You do not have to prove that you have nothing to hide. You are innocent until proven guilty. You do not need to prove that you aren't doing anything, and then just give up on what it is that you have and that all that you hold dearly. And then again, if you people that are saying, I don't care, I have nothing to hide, it doesn't matter to me, none of you better have any doors on the place that you live. You better take those doors off the hinges. Don't even take the locks off. Take the doors off the hinges nonstop and just have free reign for people to come in and out and take whatever the fuck they please. Because you people seem to think that someone coming into your house and stealing your Xbox or PlayStation or TV or whatever is somehow bad, but you don't have an issue with people stealing the entirety of who you are, your life, everything that identifies you, and that being sold off and being used against you. Get your heads out of your asses. I was lucky enough to live in a time before this shit happened. Humanity peaked in the 90s. I welcome an EMP coming back in here to send us back to the fucking Stone Age so we can actually get out of all this shit and people can wake up and realize what it is to actually live. Okay, guys. That turned into a little bit more of a rant than I thought it was going to be. I just want to explain this information to you. So now here we have something else that we also need to fight back against in the future. We can never stop fighting. We have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Find every way you can. Share this information. Let everyone else know. Get the word out there. Do your part so we can win this. All right? That's all I got for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will see you next time. Later.